Hi guys, welcome to my channel. As you can tell by the title of this video, today we're going to do a FIFA 19 experiment. So here we have all the teams of the 2019 Champions League knockout stages lined up, from Spurs to Ajax. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select all of them. So starting here from Ajax to Atletico Madrid, Dortmund, Barcelona, Bayern, Porto, Juventus, Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Lyon, Paris, Real Madrid, Roma, Schalke, and Spurs. So now let's move on to the tournament part. Okay guys, so as you can see here, we are in the tournament. We have here are the standings. So we have Barcelona against Liverpool, Man City against Roma, Atletico against Lyon, Spurs against Dortmund. I'll switch to the next slide and then you can pause the video and check for yourself. So now let's move on to the matches. So the first match here is Barcelona against Liverpool. So we're going to sim all these matches. Okay, let's start the match. Okay, the match starts. Rakitic with the early goal, 7th minute. Okay, nothing much happens besides that. We're gonna skip 3-1 to Barcelona. That's a decisive victory, as you can tell by in the real life. Liverpool actually beat Barcelona in the semi-finals, so it's a pretty decisive victory for Barcelona there. So next, we're gonna move on to Man City against Roma. So as you can see here, actually Mane is injured, so that's a hard hit for Liverpool. So we're going to sim this first match, Man City against Roma. Okay, we're starting the match. Okay, Silva with the early goal for Man City. Okay, a yellow card for De Rossi. Let's skip. 1-0, it stays like that for the rest of the match. Okay, so next is Atletico against Lyon. Okay, so Atletico Lyon, let's sim the match. Okay, so we're starting the match here, Atletico against Lyon. I predict the Atletico blowout, but we'll see. Okay, it's a pretty boring game so far. Griezmann with the early goal. And okay, let's skip 3-0. So I told you it would be 2 goals from Griezmann. Pretty decisive blowout for Atletico Madrid. So next match is Spurs against Dortmund. This is probably going to be a close one, but I think Spurs will just edge out. So let's sim the match. Let's advance. Okay, we're starting the match. Let's see. Okay, pretty boring so far. Okay, Trippier with the 23rd minute goal. Let's skip 2-0 to Spurs. You can see, just edged it out. Okay, Manchester United against Juventus. We're starting this. This was actually a game in the group stages for the actual Champions League. So this tournament was not too good at predicting it, but it's fine. So it started off with an early yellow card. Rashford, but then Ronaldo almost immediately responses. 2-1 for the final score. Mandzukic with the winner. Actually, no, sorry, Dybala with the winner. And next is PSG against Ajax, so we'll do that match. In real life, Ajax went really far, so let's see what happens here. Neymar 15th minute goal. Let's skip. Skip Mbappe, the 3-0 to Paris. So as you can see, FIFA doesn't highly regard Ajax, so I think that they will be completely destroyed in this simulation. Schalke against Porto, the two worst teams, in my opinion, in this simulation. They're going against each other. Okay, so we're starting the match. Pretty boring. 0-0 so far. Oh, missed penalty, but then another player on their team gets the advantage. Skip 1-1. So it's a 1-1 draw for these two teams, so that's going to be a match to look out for. Then you have Real Madrid against FC Bayern. Bayern is probably going to edge out as Real Madrid doesn't have the star player anymore as in Ronaldo. Okay, we're starting off the match. It's pretty boring except for a yellow card. Let's skip. Oh, it stays like that for the rest of the game. So it's a draw for that one. So the second leg for that one will also be really interesting. So the next match is Liverpool against Barcelona. As you can tell, we have finished the first round. So you guys can pause your video and you can look at the scores. Okay, so the next match is Liverpool against Barcelona. The second leg. So we'll start that. Barcelona won 3-1 against Liverpool, pretty decisive, so let's see if Liverpool can catch up as they did in real life. Okay, so the match started. It's pretty boring. Arthur gets a yellow card. Firmino, early goal. Let's see. Messi equalizes. Skip. It stays like that for the rest of the match, so looks like Barcelona's moving on to the quarterfinals. Okay, next is Roma against Man City. Okay, let's start the match. Man City won 1-0 before, so let's see if Roma could. It's actually a decent chance of catching up. Kyle Walker though, early goal for Man City. Okay, let's skip late equalizer for Roma, but they still can't make it. Man City moves on to the quarterfinals. Okay, next is Lyon against Atletico. There's I'll auto replace that. Lyon probably going to lose as Atletico won 3-0 last time. They have to decisively win, but they don't. So Atletico 2-1 against Lyon. So they're moving on to the quarterfinals. Dortmund against Spurs. Dortmund has to win 3-0 to advance. See if that works. A 1-1. So Spurs advances with the overall 3-1 aggregate score. Juventus against Man United. Last one was 2-1 to Juventus. Chiellini early goal. Skip 1-1, so I think that means Juventus moves on to the quarterfinals. Okay, next we have Paris against Ajax. So this is also the round of 16. So Paris against Ajax. This is going to be extremely hard for Ajax, as all they really have to do is tie the game with a 3-0 win, but that's more than hard, and 2-0 to Paris, so that means that they're moving on to the quarterfinals. Porto against Schalke, this was the match to look out for as it was a draw, so it could be anyone's game, but Porto is slightly ahead as they had an away game last time. Okay, let's skip 1-0 to Porto, so that means they're actually moving on. Since Schalke's eliminated, this is the biggest one. This is a draw last time between Bayern and Real Madrid. So Bayern's at home, so let's see what they can do. Okay. Carvajal, Gnabry with the first goal. Okay, let's skip 3-2. That's an amazing game, but Bayern just edges it out there. Would have been a treat to watch that live, but there we go. That's the end. As you can tell, that's the end of the round of 16. Let's move on to the quarterfinals. Here are the stats if you guys wanted to see. Okay, so here comes the second round. Spurs against Atletico. As you know, they drawed last time, so this is going to be a good match. Here it starts. Rodri early goal. Okay. Nothing much. It's a pretty boring game. Skip 2-0 to Atletico, so that means they're moving on to the semifinals. Okay, next let's sim the match against Paris against Juventus. This is going to be, let's go see. Paris has to win 2-0, or draw 1 to draw and 2 to win. Okay. Pretty boring game so far. Mbappe goal, Chan equalizes though. Well, draws 2-2, so that's a good game, but that means Juventus will still move on. Okay, Bayern against Porto. They drawed last time, which is a surprise. So let's see what if Bayern could beat Porto here. Okay, Porto does win, so that means they're going on to the semifinals. That is the biggest surprise of them all. As you can tell that we've moved to the semifinals, I'll let you pause here, and then we can to check the quarterfinal scores. Alright, so we're starting the semifinals here. Man City against Atletico. This is going to be a good match. Okay. Let's watch this. Silva scores a goal. Man City's one up. Okay. Nothing much as we approach halftime. Halftime there. Silva scores another goal. The other Silva scores another goal for Man City. 3-1. Morata, but then Silva scores again. So it's 3-1 to Man City. It's a pretty decisive blow here for Man City. And that's full time. So Man City coming into the first round of the semifinals win pretty decisively. Now Juventus against Porto. Can Porto upset Juventus and go to the finals? Probably not, but we'll see. Juventus starting off with pretty boring first 20 minutes. Nothing much. Boring first 30 minutes. Okay, as we approach halftime, skip. It's a really boring game. Matuidi gets a red card, but Ronaldo scores the winning goal for Juventus. So that means so far. So as you know, Man City's up 3-1. So Atletico has to do something pretty drastic. All they have to do is win 2-0 here, and they'll actually advance to this to the finals. So if they win 2-0 here, they'll actually advance to the semifinals based on away goals. Let's see. Pretty boring game so far. First 30 minutes. Nothing's happened yet. Approaching halftime. It's a very boring game. Skip. Okay, Saul gets a goal back, but that still means the Man City will advance to the finals. Okay, let's sim match Porto against Juventus here. Porto most likely is going to lose this, even if they're at home. Porto has to win 2-0 to advance here. Any draw would see Juventus go through. Okay, just yellow card, one yellow card. Pretty boring game so far. Skip. Skip. Mandzukic scores the winning goal for Juventus, sending them through to the finals. So Porto and Atletico are out. So that means here are the results if you guys wanted to see. Alright then, now we move on to the finals of this tournament. Okay, there's an auto replays here, so we'll do that. Here comes the finals. Man City against Juventus at neutral stadium. Okay, we're starting. Early yellow card. Ronaldo misses the penalty while Silva gets a goal, but Mandzukic gets one back. It's a very eventful first 20 minutes. Okay, approaching halftime. The score's still 1-1. Couple substitutions. Aguero with the penalty. 2-1 to Man City. It's getting late. Ronaldo scores an equalizer there. 2-2. Means we're moving on to extra time. Okay. Halftime of extra time. Moving on to the latter part. No goals here. We're going to have to go to penalties. Who wins? Ooh, gosh. Man City on penalties defeats Juventus. That's probably the best game of the entire tournament right here in the finals. What a coincidence that is. So there you go. That means in this alternate universe, that means that Man City would have won the Champions League, which would have hit the entire Premier League really hard. So let's see the stats. As you can see, Man City gets the cup. Let's see the stats. So Szczęsny gets the most clean sheets for Juventus. Sterling with the most assists for Man City. Pretty decisively. Here are the clean sheets again. Matuidi with the most yellow cards and red cards. And Silva gets the most goals by far from Man City with 5 compared to Ronaldo's 3. And there you go, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys like this video, please drop a like, smash that subscribe button, and stay tuned for more. Don't be afraid to comment down below. Other than that, guys, peace out.